Welcome. I'm here in studio today with the man himself, Mr. Dwayne Bravo. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm just so excited to have you because this show is about, even though it's about health and wellness, you know, we want to talk to people like you, to athletes like you who've gotten to a certain stage in life, and to be able to share your story with us and tell us, you know, a little bit about your lifestyle to get there. But before we get there, tell me, when you first started to play cricket, that very first moment, did you know that this would be your fate, that you would be the Dwayne Bravo that you are today?
The fate, it's impossible to say because I first discovered the sport and fall in love with the sport at the age of 5.
Oh, wow.
So that is when I know myself and, you know, talking properly and all of these things.
Yeah.
But when I was 6 years old, I joined Harvard Coaching Clinic, and originally from Santa Cruz, born and grew in Santa Cruz, and I used to always hear, you know, West Indies cricket, West Indies cricket, Trinidad and Tobago cricket, and then, you know, my dad is a big cricket fan. He never played at the professional level, but I remember as a kid growing up, he used to take all the kids in the village, maybe between the age of 8 to 14, and take them to Sunday morning coaching. And I was the youngest. I used to just tag along, just wanted to be there, be around the guys and stuff. And, you know, and Brian Lara, we all wanted to be like him, you know. So he's my childhood hero. And I said to my dad one time, I remember Brian coming to Santa Cruz, just passing through, and I said to my dad that, you know, one day I want to be like him. I want to be the right-handed Lara. You know, obviously Lara is left-handed, and I was born to be a right-hand, and so that's where it really started. My full memory was about 5, 6 years old, realizing the dream and the passion I have for the sport, the love I have for the sport, and from there was no turning back.
So was it your father who influenced you and made you see the talent that you had in order to become a professional player?
Definitely. Again, I said before, he used to look forward to Sunday mornings, you know, and he had this pickup truck, a blue pickup truck, and you have all the guys in the village, all the teenagers in the village in the back of this truck, leaving Santa Cruz, coming to Harvard Coaching Clinic. And funny story, when I was 5 years old, he tried to register me to join the coaching clinic, and they said, no, I have to be 6 and over.
He's too young.
I'm too young, so I have to wait another year. And, you know, my dad even though I was 5, he think I was good enough to be
with the 6-year-olds.
With the 6-year-olds and stuff. So what he did, he come out the line, he skipped 2 lines, he changed my date of birth. He made me 6, and eventually I joined the club, and after 2 Sundays, they moved me from the 6th group, and they put me straight to the age 10.
Wow.
So I was 5 years old, and I already playing with the guys who was already 10 years old. So again, from an early age, my father, the coaches, you know, they all saw my talent at an early age, and that's all I knew, cricket, and that's all I wanted to do. And again, I just wanted to be like my hero, Lara, represent my country and my family, and see how good I can become.
And that you did. So when was the first time you played for Trinidad?
The first time I played for Trinidad and Tobago was age 18. That's why I played for the national team, that's the senior team. But there's always a build-up to that. You don't just make it straight into the national team. You have to go through the under 15 level, under 19, you know, West Indies A and all these process and stuff. So I played at all national levels. I represent my country at all levels, and you know, but 18 years old was the first time I actually played for the senior team, national team.
So what was it like as a youngster? You started from the age of 5 or 6, but around the age of 15, you were probably playing professional cricket already. What was it like balancing school and professional sport? Did school take a backseat at that point, or was it that you were trying to still balance the two at that time?
You try to balance it. Some people honestly could balance it, some can't. It's very challenging because cricket is a sport that play all year round. And if it is you're not strong on the academic side, you will always find yourself struggling and find it's difficult. On the flip side, if it is you comfortable balancing the both, then it's a bonus. You see people who have balanced both academics and sport. But again, for those who struggle academically, I don't think it's a problem in terms of, you would make it.
Right.
Or vice versa. There's some people who need to work harder than others. There's some who have it natural. And it's not the end of the world. You just have to know what works for you, what wouldn't work. Don't try to do something that someone else is doing because their strength will not be your strength. So it's about knowing yourself, analyzing, and knowing what you really want. If you think you can make a career in sport or you can make a career in business, which one you think you will be more successful at, and challenge your energy and effort towards it.
I'm glad you said that. Everybody's different. At the end of the day, not everybody could be the next Dwayne Bravo. But it's important to still understand the importance of sports. Even if you're not the professional or the best in Trinidad, just being involved in team sports, I'm sure that you could identify how that has impacted on your life.
I think sport, not only my life, but if you look at history of all some of the top athletes around the world, if you follow sports closely, you will see a lot of athletes come from very humble beginnings, and a lot of them even like really poor and stuff. So, but they use sport to get them out of poverty. They use sport to save the family and make a name for themselves. So again, I see it as, sports and entertainment to me, I think go hand in hand, because you see some of the best artists in the world also have similar experiences and similar stories.
Absolutely, yeah.
Of athletes.
Yeah.
So again, some of the most talented people have that same background and same storyline. So it's important for the upcoming ones to know that anything is possible as long as you put your mind towards it. It doesn't matter where you're born and grow. It doesn't matter your financial background, your educational background. If you have a talent, invest in yourself, make sacrifices, and be patient. And you have to be disciplined. A lot of people now see their local heroes and think they were born successful, but they don't know the hard yards, the hard work, and the sacrifice, and the sleepless nights, the nights without food and all this stuff. They don't see that. They see the finished product. But there's always stages where we all have to go through and pay our dues. So for all the young athletes, entertainers, anybody who want to be whether it's a businessman, a businesswoman, it's important to just trust yourself and trust the process, and know that at some point in time things will change for the better.
Definitely.
So that's basically.
I'm glad you said that nobody is born successful. There's a difficult road. And I know you have in-season and off-season. So I'm sure sometimes are more difficult than others. But tell us a little bit about what off-season is like. You're not playing games, but yet still you have to keep your body and yourself at a certain optimum level so that when you do come back to playing, you're ready. Tell us what that's like.
Yeah, as a professional athlete, I always tell people you might have off-season in terms of games, but in terms of your fitness and your health, there's no off-season. And throughout the year, you should always maintain a certain standard, a certain discipline. You shouldn't have to be an athlete or somebody successful to take care of yourself. I think there's a pride you have to have in yourself. I remember, for the CPL that just took place there a few months ago, a lot of players came into the tournament unfit, overweight and stuff, and they were struggling in the tournament. And it baffles me because at the end of the day, yes, there's COVID and all these challenges
But
and
this
stuff.
is your career.
But there's no way I could turn up to a tournament unfit. Like, it's impossible. And I think if it is, you have self-pride in yourself and you know that, whether you think you have a tournament in a month time, in 2 weeks time, or 4 months time, or you don't have a tournament, you should just try to work, put in that work. And you never know when that opportunity might come, and you have to be ready. You don't want to be the bell ring and you're struggling. So you have to have pride in yourself. You have to take your fitness properly, eat properly, rest properly. It's challenging for some people because some people need motivation to work out. So if it is, that's what you need, or you need a personal trainer or invest in yourself, because your body is your tool, and it's the only way you can keep yourself on the park.
Absolutely. So we're going to get into some of the exciting stuff, the CPL, the IPL, and of course your music career. But before we get into that, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're tuned into What's Up, Doc. I'm Tonya, and I'm here with the man himself, the champion, Mr. Dwayne Bravo.
What's up, Doc?
Welcome back. So you just came out of 2 major tournaments, IPL and CPL. However, this year, 2020, was a lot different from many years gone by. We're in COVID times. I'm sure it presented many challenges for yourself and for your fellow players. Can you tell me a little bit about how it was different for both CPL? And I know for the CPL itself, there was a lot of controversy surrounding whether CPL should happen or not. Tell me a little bit about how that was for you and for the players.
It was a different experience in terms of fans. There was no fans and stuff, so that's the only. And then obviously in a bubble, you can't go outside. So that being in one place for 4 weeks can be challenging. And also when you play with no one watching also can be challenging. But I think the cricket itself was very competitive. It was so competitive that I don't think any one of us missed the fans, to be honest. We was there when the game started. We in a zone. We know there's a title at stake. Last year we lose the title, so we was very determined to get it back and stuff. And so it was different, and I think we was preparing ourselves for it, because as much as we want to have cricket, safety is more. Safety is priority, and the Trinidad and Tobago government did a very good job, and CPL was comfortable to have the tournament played here in Trinidad. But we are happy to win our 4th title, and I think we also use it as a motivation for the nation, because we know it was testing times for our people, and we as players, we pride ourselves of being the best in the region, and
absolutely.
The red, white and black flag is the most powerful flag where cricket is concerned, and we just want to remind some of the people that we are the best. So it's good that we was able to win our 4th trophy, and the next day we jump on a plane and back to business again, on to the IPL, which is a much 10 times bigger tournament than CPL. Again, same, no fans, same in a bubble, a lot of testing, a lot of COVID testing and stuff. So it's a new, and it's the new way of life. Absolutely, and we just have to adjust and adapt and accept the reality. What we were thankful and grateful for, that we were still able to play the sport that we love, and we were still able to earn. And with so much people losing their jobs and some losing their lives, it was very hard and testing times for everyone around the world. And we were still lucky enough to still be able to play, get paid, and you know, and still travel. So it's something that we're not taking it for granted. We can't take it for granted, and we are just happy to be playing.
Definitely. So you spoke about IPL, right? We know, I mean, I haven't witnessed it myself, but we know about your reputation over in India. You are well admired and respected over there. Tell me a little bit about what that's like.
That's hard to describe because if I speak about it, people who never experience it firsthand will think it's like, you know, whatever. I don't think it's that serious.
Yeah.
But you know, couple experience with one was the DJ Anna. You know, she's my DJ. So I took her to India along with Ariel, Alexa, Ultra Simo, and you know, even going through the airport, they see the hustle, they see how crazy it is, they see how people react when they see me. You go to the mall when the entire store is shut down, just to allow me to shop and do what I want. You know, so it's the love that they have for me over there is crazy, and it's not something that I ever experienced anywhere else in the world. It happened basically in India. I go in other parts like, you know, Dubai. If I go across, maybe it's a Asian restaurant or something like that, then the attention will be there. But it's crazy. It's crazy, and I love that country. And you know, they have, you know,
just
done so much for me. Welcome me with like I'm one of their own. Of them. And so I'm able to take some of my people over there, give them that opportunity, experience a different culture, a different country. And yeah, my biggest fan base is there. You look at my following, I'm like almost 4 million followers on Insta. Over my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, I have like over 6.4 million followers. So I think Usain Bolt is the only most followed person than me in the Caribbean. So
good to know.
But like I said, you have to be there to experience it. I remember one time I took a friend, and she was like, "Let's go to the mall." I was like, "No, you go to the mall." I was there, and she insisted I must go to the mall. So I was like, okay, no problem. I put on my cap, put on my shades, I get to security, I go to the mall. So we called the mall ahead, okay, I'm coming. They also get the mall security. Within 30 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating, they had like about 3,000 people.
Wow.
The entire mall like just swamped towards one area. So when I come out the store now, everyone is screaming and shouting just to see me, just to touch me. They kick her down. She started crying. She got so scared. She fell on the ground and scared. She started crying like.
No.
And I said, "See why I don't want to go to the mall?" I said, "Never again." We stayed in the hotel for like a month. And then they had the critics now. The people started saying, "He can't sing. He can't do it. What are you doing this for?" And at the end of the day, that's what I like. That's what I enjoy doing. And for me, it's not about what people think or what people say. It's about what I want to do.
This actually now brings me to your music career because, I mean, as far as I'm aware, a lot of it was instigated or fueled by this Indian culture. Tell me about your music career, how it started, and where it's at now.
Music for me, I always have a love for music, and I'm sure all of us have been coming from the Caribbean. We grew up, you know, listening to soca music, calypso, dancehall, reggae music. It's just part of our culture. And I'm a big fan of Beanie Man. And, you know, there are two people that I really admire and really idolize and wanted to be like, wanted to meet, and, you know, was Lara one, and Beanie Man was the next person. But I was more starstruck when I met Beanie because Lara from Santa Cruz. So I see him often.
All the time,
Beanie Man was a superstar that you always hear about him, see him on TV, see him on music videos. But what's the chances of you meeting someone who is a megastar, who lives in a different country? So when I first meet him at the first time in my life I felt starstruck. Like I meet the Queen of England, I meet Prime Ministers all over the world. I never felt starstruck in my life. So,
Really?
but then we become good friends, right?
Yeah.
And then I made a joke with him and I said like, you're the king of the dance hall, you're my friend, and I don't have a song, I want to do a song with you. And he said, you want to do a song? Okay, let's go. He took me to his studio and we recorded a song called Beanie Man and Bravo along with Tamika Marshall, my very first song. And that's when I realized how difficult recording was because I had no clue what to expect.
Yeah.
And recording is very, very difficult. So hats off to all the artists out there. It's hard work. And after I did that first song, I promised myself never to do a next song.
and then, here we are. How many songs later?
And then after that, it was just keep burning inside of me that, like, because every time I go on a tour or go anywhere and I see a mic or I see a band playing, I will go and sing people's songs. I'll go and entertain the crowd, and they're happy. They feel their energy they get so joyful whenever they see me perform and dance and stuff. Even when I play, I dance when I get a wicket. So I said, you know what, maybe I should give it one more shot and try again. I did a next song, it was okay. Then they had the critics now, the people started saying, he can't sing, he can't do it, what are you doing this for? And at the end of the day, that's what I like, that's what I enjoy doing. And for me, it's not about what people think or what people say, it's about what I want to do and what I want my fans to hear and see. And I recorded Champion. Again, when I did that song, was just free-spirited song, just didn't expect anything, record the song, put it on there, release it, and it become one of the most famous songs in the world.
And absolutely for cricket as well.
Definitely, yeah.
It's definitely my favorite.
Well, that's good, at least. And what I love, for me, what I enjoy the most about my music journey is that kids now look up to me and sing my music. And it's funny that I went and played a charity game in Lara Stadium. And while I was warming up batting, a little girl, she maybe about 8 or 9 years old, went to her dad and asked her dad if that's DJ Bravo. So the dad was like, yeah. And she was like, so why is he playing cricket? So the dad is like, that's what he does.
What he does.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, for me, when I record songs, a 4-year-old, 20-year-old, a 40-year-old, a 60-year-old, they all must be able to listen to a DJ Bravo song and either be inspired or just want to dance. That's if my daughter hear one of my songs, she must be happy or be proud, So for me, music will never be my main focus or my number one. It will always be something that I love and passionate about and care about my culture and my people. So I always try to help whoever I can help. There's a big market in Asia. I know everybody rushes to the US, but Asia is an untapped market that people should try to tap into. And if it is, I have Asia on the palm of my hands. Why I can't just take some of my people and say, okay, let's go on tour. And that's my vision. That's what I want to do. I'm going to have a virtual charity concert on the 19th of December where it's called Champions for Charity.
Wow.
And again, I'm going to tie in with some artists here from Trinidad and some artists from India and try to bridge a gap. Basically, I want to be the vessel and that person to have that collaboration. Both cultures are very similar.
So similar.
Very similar. A lot of people don't know that.
Well, a lot of our cultures actually originated from there. So, it kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. I guess because on both sides, even when I speak to people over there in India, they're not fully aware, and sometimes they're not aware where even Trinidad and Tobago is. And that sometimes that's kind of like, every time I have to mention Trinidad and Tobago, I have to mention the Caribbean or Barbados. And I think a as Caribbean islands, no disrespect to any other island, but I just think like we up there, you know. So
Trinidad and Tobago. Well,
yeah.
indeed, you put Trinidad and Tobago on the map, not only with cricket, but with music, with sport. You just mentioned inspire. I think you've inspired people in so many different ways. And you, as you said, there's so many people who look up to you. So I think that there are many people out there who will continue to try to be and emulate the Dwayne Bravo that you've presented to us. And I think that that is just a fabulous, fabulous thing. So thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the champion himself, Mr. Dwayne Bravo. You are tuned in to What's Up, Doc.